faraway dreams, mysteries of other worlds, other light, stars, planets.
Botanical_chaos is first in the stream.
of change, it's hard to keep up. But if you fail and if you fall, you know to pick you up. I love you, baby, but I'll never change. Loving isn't easy, baby. Love is for keepers, and I will hold on. Will hold on to you. Will hold on to you. Will hold on. Will hold on to you. Will hold on to you.
Good enough. So, hi. Did I have a plan going into this? No, of course not. Wait, I have a... What am I doing? I have a Stream Deck that should do the thing for me, so I don't have to do the thing. Okay, so it's working, but not in a... There we go. Fuck you, stream. Oh, I also remembered to update OBS, so hopefully it won't... Emphasis on should. The thing is, the person who set this up for me is an absolute idiot who I don't trust. So it's quite... God, I don't know what... The game I was playing right before this was Stalker 2. And that game, being a linear first-person shooter with, like, no mobility, feels like it has a higher vertical jump than this game. But anyway, I've already forgotten what I was saying. The point is, I set up my Stream Deck and I'm an idiot, so yes. And I also agree, chat is pretty and I want to eat it. I also feel that way towards a lot of people in chat, which sometimes same on both people. Oh, right, I forgot we got this dude with a pickle hopping. We can just climb up walls. Why are we down here? There's so many walls Hi, Ace. Speaking of that, how are you doing? Yeah. Wait, we can enhance shit? What shit can we enhance? Is there... Delete. Oh, right. We're very much never going to do those two because... Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, I did the change on chat a while ago because yeah. I feel like there's shit. Oh, Fungal Refuge. Just go straight the fuck up. Or were we leaving this place? Yeah, we were leaving this place because there's a barrier down here and other shit, and then we found the... Okay, that's like sheer. That's a drop down. Yeah. Whereas AFK in game I was playing earlier in gambling dice match and murder. Murder just happens around you, and honestly, at this point, I'm impressed. Like, you're actively trying to not kill anyone, and everyone just takes one look in your general directions like, all right, I see what you're attempting to do, but what if I die right next to you? Love that for you. Right. Oh, hey, this is this dude. Magic supply system we need to fix lists at the disposal site. Yeah, it should be there right now. Right, we found that dude who knows how to fix the lift into the next stratum. I've also gone through it and have determined between comparing this and Ender Lilies, we are deliberately upgrading things, getting our upgrades in reverse to how we were in that game. Like the first one we get, aside from double jump, because that's just like, if you don't have double jump in Metroidvania, you are experiencing questionable game design by devs who might hate you. If it's Castlevania, they probably do just hate you. Because that's what those devs just kind of do. Haha! I knew there's shit. Peace? My time? Not if I have anything to say about it. And like, it's overrated. Like, isn't it such a more interesting world where you can run down the street and punch someone in the face and everyone just kind of has to roll with that, you know? Oh, I read number of heals as number of hoods. Man, what? what is it? Deliberately avoided stray paths or anywhere out of villages in general, and they still found a way. It's, if anything, it's inspiring. All right. Oh, we can just climb that shit. Nice. But yeah, it's just, I know it's a game. It's like a game mechanic that they very much deliberately want chaos and violence and whatever to happen around you, because if not, oh, there's nothing to do about a game. It's like whenever you get people who complain, oh, what are the odds that this massively improbable event happens around the protagonist? And it's like, no, it's all this shit's happening around the protagonist because it's a more interesting story, and that's why we're telling a story about this protagonist that had all this stuff. It's like something I noticed a while ago, that most games that have caved to people demanding there'd be all this realism, or people complaining about a game not being realistic. It's like, no, it's a game. You want it to be unrealistic. The worst, everyone agrees, the absolute worst mechanics in every game are weapon durability, because nobody enjoys that shit, and carry capacity. I don't know anyone who plays Skyrim and doesn't... Ooh, Tuner's Earring. Fills the SP gauge by 4%. That'd be amazing if we had that unlocked. But we don't. Alright. There's stuff there, but we need the grapple hook. I know what those are. Yeah, weapon durability sucks, and... Who's it for? It's for no one. Ace is the protagonist. Quick, say something interesting so that they remember you and don't fade back into the void. Now, I have very low level foreshadowing going on for me, so I'll be fine. The rest of you, good luck, background character number 4. But yeah, and there's reasons that they have it. Sometimes it's for the aesthetic, like Fallout games. Did I summon Mecha? No. Like Fallout games have the... Oh, I could have gotten that at any time. That would have been mildly... probably not that useful. Like most post-apocalyptic sorts of games have them to underscore the scarcity of resources and the neediness to either repair or scrounge up new ones. In practice, it's not. In most games I've noticed it being a thing. It's like ridiculously easy to get around it after a certain point. Looks like there's a thing there I could probably get by a wall climb. And then all that. And then a game like Breath of the Wild, which, now that I think about it, technically it's post-apocalyptic, but in like a Studio Ghibli sort of vibe. Of it's been so long, nobody actually remembers what the world before the apocalypse was, so we're just kind of fine without that information. Which, in my opinion, is a pretty... Wow. Yeah, I deserve that. It's a pretty good vibe. But that game did it specifically because... Alright, I think I just have... Nope. Like, specifically because they had nothing else to put in chests. Like, that was just it. It's like, well, we don't want to stuff them full of money because that's questionably useful. We don't have a crafting system or anything else. The only thing we really have to put in these chests are weapons. So they did that twice, and everyone unilaterally agrees that that is the worst feature in the entire game by a long shot. It appears there's a reason I haven't come up here. because that also sucks. Blade Talisman. Talisman worn by a tuner is driven mad by the crystalline realm, tainted by the fumes. It's lost protective magic, emits a frenzy break damage. Oh yeah. Stays to a Ghibli vibe after watching Grave of the Fireflies last night. Kind of discreet. No, here's the thing. Boot up any one of the games that you wish to look at. Actually, let me just pull it up. Let's go on this together. Wild Hole in Hebra. Let's find a picture of the hole. All right. Display. Good enough. Yeah. Open new tab. Okay, that was not what I wanted to, but there's a hole in one of the mountains in Breath of the Wild. A specifically very round hole that has a perfect line from about little off of Hera Peak to central middle of Hyrule, where all the Calamity nonsense happened. Like when I say Studio Ghibli, I am including we're going on a trip in our favorite piece of shit. We're gonna die. But when I say that game has Studio Ghibli vibes, I mean specifically Castle in the Sky, where there's that one shot of the entire... There's more shit here? Damn. Of the entire countryside pocketed in these very much... Oh, there it is. In these holes that are like... Those are impact craters. Something blew up here. And the fact that, Breath of the Wild Link was 100% dead on arrival to the start of the game. Like, you don't end up in a place called the Shrine of Resurrection because you have to sleep off something like an intensive care unit. No, you're in the Shrine of Resurrection because you're fucking dead. It's still somehow not as overtly dark, and how the hell did this get such a low level rating as like Ocarina of Time? But that's just going to be true of any Zelda game that doesn't have fucking Dead Hand in there, or whatever the shit they were doing with Bongo Bongo. Point is, my biggest complaint of the newer Zelda games is that they didn't just commit with going full post-apocalyptic horror vibes that they should have, because God, it has been way too long since there was a Zelda game that properly traumatized the kids it was aimed for. Like, that series used to stand for something, and that what it stood for was, hey, that's a really nice untraumatized child you have. We're going to give them a complex that makes them look at people crying tears of blood from their eyes in 20 years and make them say, oh, that's kind of hot. Yeah. Also, can this guy just die? He'll die later. Wow, I could have just gotten like half of this shit. Unidentified? I could have upgraded Nala. God damn. Shelf open. Also, speaking of post-apocalyptic games and vibes, dang, down the hole. Stalker 2 is just good. It is a big reason that I felt good enough to stream, just because I loaded up that game and got hit with such a wave of nostalgia and good memories from playing the first game, the second game, the fan-made mod, which is basically a third game. I skipped Clear Sky because... Wait, no. Played the first game, skipped Clear Sky because nobody liked Clear Sky. Or at least, Clear Sky is probably the game in the series that has the most Dark Souls 2 vibes of this game's terrible. Really? I played it and it was fine. No, it's terrible. You gotta trust me. Because it's probably fine, but it's also never has the same deal as the mains as 1 and 3, 2, 3. God, it's really weird because they all have names like Call of Pripyat and Shadow of Chernobyl that I never know. How the hell am I supposed? Oh, the other wall, the infinitely more scalable wall. Ha. Well, I got no clue on that. But wait, they have very like their game. Yeah, those games have subtitles instead of numbering, and then for some reason they're just like, yeah, no, our new game, the 4th game in the series, we're calling it Stalker 2. Why? Because screw you. Huh. Oh, wait. Right, I get it. Guy jump using all as a boost. And then dash back? Maybe? I feel like I can get it. I'm probably throwing this at nothing, but I feel like I can, and that's... Hey! Holy shit, that actually worked. I was expecting to have to give up in frustration in 5 minutes after doing it for way too long. Ooh, Jack. Increase damage by 20 when HP is less than 50? I feel like I got another... Holy shit, there's more shit. Why is there so much shit in this cave? It's like it's a abandoned hotbed of things people would rather... Oh, hey, I stripped them for parts. Nice. Leave forgotten. Well. Oh, right, I had the 1-up revive just in case thing. Aha! I know a secret tunnel when I see one, and that is definitely a secret tunnel. Alright. I feel like I called this the first trip through here that, like, oh, there's probably something, like there's a barrier here we have to break, probably because we gotta get the doggo to go the other direction, charge through it. Well, I had a massive feeling that we're going to end up having that happen. Because of course we were. But anyway, how's everyone doing? I hope everyone's having at least passable. Ooh. That'll be so great once we finally get that speed gauge. At least a passable night. Oh, okay, so we're only halfway there. Because, yeah, originally I wasn't going to stream because stress, exhaustion, etc., made me feel like, wait, if you fast travel and leave it there, Lilac pets the dog? Ah, this is great. But yeah, the short version of what my day was like is that a lot of stress and exhaustion and, like, not sleeping properly for an extended period of time led me to think like, all right, I can't trust myself to do a good job on stream. Personally, I feel like I am living up to that that I am very much off the wall, that I might actually be bouncing off and hitting the ceiling, and at any moment I might decide, this isn't the vibe. I don't know what is the vibe, but we're switching games, so we got that going for us, which I guess if you're into that sort of thing is nice. Nice. More stuff. Shit ton more materials. Alright, we should probably look to actually doing main story, but there's more shit. After I find out what's up this very obvious, hey, you remember this on the map sort of deal? Could be a mini boss, could be certain death, could just be more materials. They love giving us materials. I'm not exactly surprised, because it appears that they've reduced. Right. Oh, that's a door, not a crash gate. Right. But the vibe that I'm getting from this is that they've reduced how much you have to upgrade your individual homunculi and summons in favor of instead of upgrading yourself more. Oh, why is Bread of the Lake? Why are emails stressful? Because you can never trust when they're going to get back to you, if they're going to read it correctly. And there's the whole getting up the executive function ability to send something out and potentially start something without a schedule. At least that's been my vibe of it. Okay, remember that was all water. Can we get up there? There's all this mess, which I don't even know what to make of it. But it's essentially the vibe. What I've always hated about emails, it's the vibe of you send an email when something has to happen. Huh? And then you have, like, no control of when that thing's gonna happen, which is annoying. How do I get up there? Is it the chains? Is it movement tech nonsense? This is definitely movement tech nonsense. And just, hey, kid, wanna scale a wall? Full send it. Nope. Oh, I think if there's anything there, I'm going to need more nonsense. Or simply to go from up above. But yeah, all forms of human communication absolutely suck. I think that's the big takeaway. Especially... Wait. Come on, I believe in you, kid. You can climb that. How am I supposed to get down there? Grapple point. Bunch of grapple points. Mystery solved there. I do not think there's anything more for us there. Yeah. It's like one of the biggest, I guess, annoyances I have is, since I work with IT a lot, 9 times out of 10, there's, aside from the usual frustrations I have with talking to people and the point where it's like, I thought I was very clear. How did you get that from what I said? Is that sometimes, or it's quite often that the actual issue has nothing to do with what the IT ticket is complaining about. It's more to do with the fact that somebody involved didn't understand what the system was for or how to use it. Like, one of the, I wouldn't say favorite because it was annoying and I ended up wasting half a day trying to figure it out, but there's one where the issue was, no, there actually isn't any problem here at all. These are just two separate dates, one when this report got signed and one when it was being accessed again. So today's date and a date in the past, and they're labeled as such, just not super clearly, but in theory clearly enough to a user of the system, and that's all it is. And then that ticket's actually still open. I just remembered that now. I never went back and formally closed it because I left it as waiting for response, and they never got back to me. I think they, oh, there's a thing here. I think they might have been a bit embarrassed about it. But yeah, it's more often than not something like that. Tribe 9 released, so I'm asking thinking what I'm allowed to announce, what I'm not. Oh god, that I understand that. It was I remember when I started playing Born to Bread because that was the first game I ever got a key for, and I played it one day before release, and I did everything but emailing the studio about what day I was allowed to play it on. And I went through like 3 times, like, all right, I think it's okay for me to play it a day before. That's when it says media blackout. But I don't know if it is. And then I'm like, it's a small indie studio. I'm sure it'll be fine. But for Tribe 9, that definitely go for an email with that because, yeah. Residents of Lower Stratum are strictly prohibited from entering the Magicite mine. Theft of magical material will result in prosecution. Furthermore, due to an increase in miners failing to return from the second stratum of the Crystalline Realm, the area will be cordoned off. Yeah, there's a straight... Yeah, they'd... Stop. And I think, in the end, that I was perfectly fine to do what I ended up doing. But... like, that's one thing that... best to ask for clarification. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. In your case specifically, did I get hit twice? Trigger the free revive and then get hit again? If so, awesome. Yeah, when contracts get involved, then you not only have a right, but I feel an expectation to talk to the legal team and make sure that you're doing everything properly. Because, yeah. And I think that's one of the many reasons that I could never, like, go for at least a lot of milestones for a bigger content creator. Simply because I have a vested interest to never have to understand a contract. At the point where I'm high enough profile to get into stuff like that, okay, think the fact that I healed up to full, I just accidentally wasted my get out of jail free card like an idiot. Probably obvious and mentioned before, but emailing to be safe. And like, if there's an inch of confusion, it's better to be safe. Like, they can't and shouldn't fault you for wanting to be sure, because that just means, like, oh, if anything, it's a good thing. I remember whenever one thing that always gets shared around whenever a big, like, VTuber agency has auditions out is people immediately saying, hey, I auditioned for this, and then another person saying, dude, they check to make sure you don't say that because they want to be sure. Oh, right before an arrest, but like they want to be sure you can keep things under wraps and are trustworthy with this. So someone emailing to say, hey, just making sure. Oh, this place is pretty. Oh shit, I just got flashbacks because the last boss, an area that I fought with a massive field of flowers, was when I rage quitted. Rage quit? But yeah, always good to ask for clarification just because that proves that you're looking forward. Fang mentioned on stream earlier, I'm like, silent, shush, quiet. Yeah. I remember listening to that. I'm like, oh yeah, that's happening. Wait, should they be talking about it? Well, if I find Fang's strangled corpse somewhere, then I'll know that no, he should not have been. These homunculi graves? Huh? I can hear cries of my friends. Friends. Sorry to disturb your work, sir. We'll be... Nope. Aw. Yeah, I'm getting flashbacks of Mad Knight Olv. Bastard who was a big pain in the ass to fight and fought in... I was fought in a field of flowers, but his Garm's pattern seemed a lot more manageable. I say as immediately died. Talking about games fine. Wasn't expecting a release for another month or two. God, yeah, that... I feel like it's just because I'm being absolutely oblivious about everything with games releases that aren't outside of what I see on social media. That was risky of me. But I feel like things just get released with no forewarning. Like, sure, there's some things like a Hi-Fi Rush release without like a stealth release, and I know the new Obsidian game, I forget what it's called, but it's the one that like Forspoken or something, like that release with no fanfare at all. So it might just be people trying or not being able to get a good advertisement budget out. And we're like, we've talked about this, we have this out, we can just release it and be fine, or proving a point like, no, our game is good enough that we can just release it and everyone will, and the people who will find it will find it. But it's also 100% true that I might... Ooh, that was a big-ass tornado of nonsense. That I might just be missing the obvious and losing track of time to the point where it's like, hey, this big game that you're excited for... Oh, come on, I tried to dodge. Is now suddenly out. Because that just happens. They just release things. Just throw things out in the world and you can buy it. It's the wildest thing. I almost want to spend most of my time in mid-air. Seems the safest place. Yeah, because I was talking with Botanic and some other friends earlier about this game that it's like cozy coffee shop or tea shop management game, but the trailer has the player character brewed themselves into a panic attack of like, I don't belong. Ow. Huh. Of like how I don't belong here. I should be in the arena fighting. I just don't. You know, like goes a full doom spiral. Like, oh, This is a game that's cozy because it's warding off the horrors of life and past trauma. It's not just cozy because it expects you to play it while you're having a IRL panic attack and escape stress. It's cozy for a reason. Or it's about something. And didn't realize I had a demo out in like a week. Only realized it because I was seeing people were playing it or got early access keys. And okay, I don't even know what I was trying to do there. Crazy how Blue Protocol didn't do that. Well, for Blue Protocol to have a stealth release, they would actually have to release. And they just said, you know, what if we never release this game at all? Wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't despite everyone showing legitimate interest in this, not wouldn't that be nice to just never do anything? Oh, so it's not a free revive. That's if you're below 15% health. So I have to still survive. Imagine me stuck serving coffee in a game, me just being must be fighting things don't belong. Yeah, I can imagine that very easily because you know, the whole cozy games are stressful for you, massively horror games and rage games are calming, you know, all that with you looking for conflict in the darker underbelly. I thought I could push through that. Well, we're at massive disadvantage, and the fact that playing Hello Kitty Island Adventure somehow had 3 attempts in your life and you tried to sacrifice yourself to a volcano within 10 minutes of getting control of your character. Yeah. Although I can also imagine that is, without context, that is one of the wildest takes that I can imagine, and I'm here for it. I mistimed that dodge. What is it with tragic bosses being fought in fields of flowers in this series that just makes me tilt? Like, no, I can also imagine the whole cozy games are less relaxing than much darker and grim games, because right before stream I went from stressed as hell and needing something to relax to booting up Stalker, a game that has that if you don't know the associated lore behind the I dodged, damn it. It's toxic as hell. Well, she tried to serve you gluten, told you to jump out of a train or a plane, and then put you to work. Yeah, she should be. Man, if I don't see the same hate towards Hello Kitty as I do towards Tom Nook, whose only crime is giving you a pretty understanding loan with no expectations to turn. Why do I keep doing that? Well, I keep on thinking that that's an opening to attack, and then I get up there and the attack starts, and then I try to manage it and dash through instead of backing off. Huh, I guess that's why I do it. But no, if I don't see the same hate towards Hello Kitty as I see Tom Nook, then I know there's a double standard. Because she's doing everything, if not worse than him. And it's like, no, it's fine. It's Hello Kitty. Yeah, no paths. Either every one of these NPC types is a bastard, or none of them are. Yep, same deal. But this time I'm learning slowly. But yeah, compared to every other option that you'd think for comfy game, somehow a post-apocalyptic game set around the Chernobyl exclusion area, like that instant sort of relaxing where you can feel all of your muscles. Like, I don't know if this is for everyone, but there's a type of relaxation where it's like, oh, every single muscle in my face has stopped tensing up. I feel amazing. Ow, I got stuck in the corner. Right? Tom didn't try to feed you gluten. That is already massive improvement. But I know part of it is that I have a lot more nostalgia for... God damn it. Off the bat, this is going horribly. For the Stalker game settings, especially because it is very much based off of Roadside Picnic, one of my, if not my absolute favorite books ever. Like the ending of that, and it like there's a couple of lines at the very end of that I think about all the time and live entirely rent-free. It's just good. Like all that was happening and like, yes, I know this, and there's an immediate lore drop that I'm like, wait, that's a thing? Of how artifacts don't work outside of the zone. I'm like, huh, that's interesting for two reasons. The first is that there's a fan game called Stalker Anomaly that I played the absolute hell out of because it was extremely light on story. Like the whole point of Stalker Anomaly was you are in the zone to search for treasure. Maybe make it to the center and get a wish granted. Good luck with that. Oh, we're getting consistently further, so that's a good sign. I'm gonna do a bit of exploring the other way just to get a little bit of distance from that. You know, short little reprieve. Try it again in a bit, and also all of these enemies are pretty much micro versions of the boss, and I need to just work on getting muscle memory back for this game. But yeah, it's like Stalker Anomaly is, in my opinion, one of the funniest stories of a game development, because it's not by GSC, the people who make like the mainline games. It's by a bunch of fans after GSC went under, and evidently that company is completely unkillable because they've gone through total closure, nothing new going on, and a freaking war in Ukraine, because they are Ukraine based, and somehow managed to get a game that so far my only complaint is is that it's named 2, despite being the 4th game. I've forgotten where I was going with that. Oh, hey, we're on the other side of the door. Ooh, chest. Anything useful here? Ooh! That will be useful. I now understand what some of my difficulties with the boss might have been. Yeah, that name is a bit... Right? And... Because, like, there... I know I said this earlier, that there was Shadow Chernobyl, Clear Sky, and then call a Priapat. So there hasn't even been a Stalker 1. It's just been this all of a sudden, and I guess they just didn't have the bandwidth to think of anything else. Because I remember when it was first announced, everyone's like, all right, it's not going to be... Wait, hang on a second. Hold up a second. Oh! Huh. I sit here corrected. Turns out it's not just called Stalker 2, it's called Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl. So it does still fit it does still fit the naming convention. They just put a 2 in there for some reason. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Alright, I need to get new equipment it won't make it easier, but yeah. Except everyone has been calling it Stalker 2. And yeah. Enhancer? Improves stat, does not grant additional action. Detective carapace, antiquated parts. Alright, so we can either... I'm going to try that. And when this doesn't go anywhere, I'm going to go back to, yeah. Defense, yeah. All right. And what do we have for relics? Got cooldown, I want that. Damage 10 ground, 10 above. Got 2 and we don't have anything for that. Break damage, yes. Definitely want that break damage. That is my entire strategy for this game, is break them and then deal damage while they're waiting. But yeah, point is, how do I should learn how to use that. Hey Mecca, how's it going? How are you doing? Okay, it's standing there and taking it for the parry. We have found a boss, and because I have absolutely zero ability to deal with anything that's fought in a massive field of flowers in this series, we're having a wonderful time. Oh right, you have the... What the... I was trying to deflect, but if you move the control stick at all, it becomes a dodge. Been better? Sorry to hear that. I hope that you're able to get some rest, and like, honestly, before I decided to... Oh, I hit that. To stream anyway, my original plan was to take a sleep aid at like 8 and sleep for 10 plus hours. So if you have to do that, I do encourage it. That's sometimes just a vibe, and oh my god, I'm doing worse. But I do hope that your appointment went well and that you're able to get, and that it was at least a good session, even if it was tiring. Well, okay, tough. Yeah, I can understand that. That's unfortunately the nature of how those have to go, that you're retraining the body to how to do something or to get used to something again, and it's going to be hard work, but it'll be worth it. Oh, I'm amazed we managed to wait until that long to hit that. Having to learn to walk again. Those rough mental. Oh, look away for 1 second, and then it just blows up. Yeah, I can only imagine, but you got this. I believe in you, Mecha. Alright. Wait, did I actually parry something? I'd say I feel like I'm going insane doing this, but it has been documented that I went insane Monday? Yeah, Monday. So unfortunately, I know for a fact I am not going insane, and I did not want to dodge. Well, not the most embarrassing way I've died in a game, but that's just because there's some ways that are... Now that I think about it, what is the most embarrassing... Oh wait, I remember. It probably has to be dying 5 times in a row in rapid succession, or at least 7 or so, to that one hammer, or massive hammer bro the other night. It's either that or the time I was playing Hell Let Loose. I'm like, hey, wait a second, dude. There's a mine there. Moved aside a little bit, and then got hit by a second mine. Which, by the way, landmines in that game are the funniest fucking thing, because it's like no one expects them to be there, because engineers almost never are running one of the classes, because engineer classes have have 3 options. One that is landmines and a focus on building stuff, which is, I forgot to back off during that, which is like pretty much what you get when you're doing low level. And then there's the ones that everyone loves to build, right? That's not a punish one, no. Oh, welcome in, Sith. I know what you think of Avowed. I've heard good things about it, and that it was like Obsidian back to form. But I hope you have a good time, and welcome in. Appreciate the lurk. Lurkers are very motivating when you do look at analytics. But yeah, landmines are funny for the sheer reason that nobody expects them, and are usually too enamored by what they're protecting, either team spawn or research nodes, that I have gotten. The last time I played, I placed down 4 mines in 2 different spots and got 2 kills off of them, which is stupid good for that game. But I think I peaked at 9 kills that game for a full hour or so. And that meant one of them was from a garrison defense. We had noticed that there was someone lurking around a garrison we built. So I'm like, all right, I'm engineer. I'm going to go mine it. It's going to be funny. And 2 were on an objective that I was just walking through. I'm like, I have mines. I'm just gonna do it. Which one? They were both used for defense? In like a really good... What? Ah! Yeah, I see him. Thanks for the heads up. I do appreciate it. Quotes, landmines are funny because no one expects... Thank you, Mecha. That is a really good quote. Oh, you will not kick me in the face. Alright, don't know what I was expecting there. I also realized my whole thing... Oh, wait. Will I break old trends and finally get good at parrying? Probably. It's actually a really damn generous window. Like, what the hell? It's a good window and it deals like more damage than Nala? Alright. This is going to sound stupid, but I was healing! Bastard. Bastard and Gravekeeper. I feel like there's a build which is just do it yourself, where once you get the protectors or the ability to parry, you just do as much of the game as you can without relying on homunculi summons. Ah, dang it, he got in that corner, I didn't see it come out. Alright. I think I got hit on the initial attack there. I want to keep my health up because this is a boss at 2 shots. Ah! Oh! I just got stuck in a downwards loop of trying to recover from dodging when I meant to block. I might have to check if there's a... Well, ads are in a hot second, but... Right, that is... Don't attempt to parry his initial slam. Because that... Because that can't be parried. Up there, yeah, it's... Be back in a sec. Wait.
Today was another sunny day for me. But hearing the sound of the real folk on dancing cars. Yes, they say that human being can do is to keep on standing and rising like a flower underground.
Oh. Yep. There's a non-zero chance that I might need a sound alert explicitly for I'm not paying attention and somebody has to yell at me that things are happening, and goddamn, I take one little 3-minute break because it's the monetization model of the software of the service that I'm using to live stream this to people at least across one ocean, maybe more. We need to investigate what counts as an ocean. Needs to pay money to. Ow. That one I don't have an excuse for any of that. I'm trying to be too fancy. I'm out of heals, out of options, and oh yeah, this ain't the run. Called it. Thing is, I think he might be optional. Did we have to go through a hidden wall to get here? Did we just climb? All right. Ah, shit! I just realized I can't make fun of Fang for that again, because I or I was at least thinking of making fun of him. Oh, damn! I didn't even see that one coming out. Of when he was playing Ender Lilies, I'm not even sure if he did miss the boss or it was just the one where you get the grappling hook wasn't available till much later. But I'm like, wonder how you missed the boss. I realized I just did that here, so yeah. No correct way to get through a Metroidvania, I guess. Except for the point where you can't get through anywhere at all because you don't got the stuff. God damn it. If I could not mess up for a hot second just so I can confidently say I've been learning something and not get cut off midway through by getting kicked in the face, that would be very much appreciated. Does anyone really enjoy getting kicked in the face? On second thought, I don't want that answered. Fucking hell. Well, don't exactly have anywhere else to go, and I have a feeling that this is a boss that... No, this one is necessary. Just from the fact that there's in his arena, there's a pound to open gate. That means he's definitely needed. I've been enjoying using the parrying protector or carapace, which is a massive change for me, because I don't know, is anyone in here actually good at parrying shit? Because that's been the one. Fucking hell. I really just cannot get hit. If I get hit once, I gotta immediately heal, because I won't survive getting hit twice. Oh yeah, is that something that anyone here has ever been good at, or is everyone like me where they just learn to dodge and they make that work, or block and never parry? Because like when it's actually funny thing is, the one time I have played Dark Souls here, that is never shown how I usually play, absolutely turtled behind a shield most of the time, not ever trying to block, parry, or dodge or anything, simply because I'm like, no, I'm not going to open myself up to the unnecessary danger of absolutely eating it if I miss. It's actually remarkably safe right behind him during that. I was freaking out over nothing all those times I got stuck behind. Oh, hey, the insanity. I would love to just be able to talk big once during this entire thing. Just once. When I thought I was going to perfect no-hit the entire fight. Oh, and we're just opening up with a kick in the face. Oh, and that a kick to the head. Literally, as in I think Lilac probably has several concussions and a broken jaw by now. Maybe 2. Doesn't even have 2 jaws, and somehow 2 jaws, both broken. Don't ask me what that was, I don't even know. I am once again proving the theory of multiple peaks and troughs for boss fighting. Of at first you're going to get wiped. Like the first one doesn't count because it's never going to go well unless it's a pretty easy boss. That when you get to a newer and challenging one, it's going to start with being intensive. Like there's going to be stuff you have to learn and it's expected to fail. Like it's weirder if you get a hard boss first try, no notes, than it is to take a couple of tries at it. But then you're going to get real close. You're going to get damn close. You're going to get so close that you can actually taste it. That afterwards it's going to take a moment and you're like, if I didn't fuck it up here, or if I got one more hit in, that would have been it. And I would... Ooh. And I would have gotten it. And then you're going to do so much worse on the next attempts. And then things like that's going to happen. I guarantee it. I'm going to try my hardest. Next run, going to be awful. Just not gonna work out. Yeah, immediately forgets which button counters and desummons the owl. And it's just going to be that peaks and troughs for the whole time. Right? Like the most frustrating bosses I've fought in this series are in the most beautiful locations, because this is absolutely gorgeous and I love it. Like this game, this entire series has you fight in the most depressingly beautiful ruins. Like you will yep, true to form, going absolutely awful. Like you're going to fight in fields of beautiful flowers, in ruined cathedrals, in places that should be beautiful. And yep, I wasn't expecting much that one. Or just so much more sad for what happened in them. Nope, missed it. Like, it's just such a bittersweet series. And that reminds me of something that on the subject of very bittersweet games, or at least sad but beautiful. Well, that's literally what bittersweet means. But I recently, in my quest to find a perfect game to dissociate to, answer Risk of Rain, of course. I remember that I had a copy of Journey that I had never fully played through. Like, I got through the first area, but most of it was spent. Yep, this ain't going well. Was spent sitting there and enjoying the music and vibes. That, I forget what I was talking about. Oh, right. This is a day of all times. But that's one of the few games that I played and thought, oh, this is a beautiful game. Not this is a realistic game or this or something like that. Like, no, this game is legitimately beautiful. Like, even saying pretty is a disservice to that. And then I realized it's not even the game is so far from a realistic art style. And it's not beautiful despite that. It's beautiful because of that. Like, I don't know. It even when like modern, we've put our all into making these graphics all they can be and then some game. Like, I will legitimately stop and say, oh yeah, this is a very pretty game. I've done that with FF16, where just in the field, like on the field, going from one quest objective to the next, I'm like, this game's pretty. Like, I feel like this was a good use of a, like, shouldn't. So close, and yet so far. Yeah, this is a good use for PS5, and this makes me feel justified because it's a game that I feel is using all of the graphics capabilities to its fullest. But in the end, it doesn't strike me as being as beautiful as Journey, a highly stylized PS. I think that one released on PS4. I don't think it's like Persona 5 where it's been released on every console since the PS3. I don't even know what's happening here anymore. Why am I taking damage in doing inputs and in places where I was fine last go? I don't know. It's just that game with, well, it's the same thing as like why a bunch of games on the SNES or the GameCube, not really the PS or that was the phase transition? I thought I had one more before then. Huh. Well, he is close, so I just have to not fuck this up, but that's a tall order. I don't understand why it feels like my inputs for dodging are not coming out at the right time. Ah, dang it, spilled water. And it's like the same thing that I've said for quite a few of the GameCube games that we played, of stylization always ends up being a more lasting impression. I guess that's why quite a lot of art and artists is more, or at least with the art circles, that you hear a lot more about developing a signature style instead of just trying to draw accurately from life. And like, at least part of that is I have heard that drawing they're like doing something like JoJo Bizarre Adventures sort of, if not animation, then art style. Like that is drawn by someone who knows exactly what rules you have to work with art, anatomy, and realism, and chooses to ignore all of them in the style of doing something very distinctive. But also, if you ever try to do a JoJo pose in real life, it very much hell on the back and several other parts of the body. Here, get parried, you dork. Oh, he is so close. Oh, that was almost death. Oh, finally. Ah. Ow. All right, let's see what trauma we got here. Yep, story boss. It isn't safe here. Town folks aren't loud. Thank you for saving me. Oh, it's the tuner. Monculus or not, you shouldn't go too deep in the lower stratum. If you find yourself in danger, look for the untainted white flowers. Memory isn't so good. Wonder be able to remember. Here, take this flower necklace. Wear it and you won't forget. Aww. Ever in trouble, I'll come find you where flowers bloom. Aww. So that's why he's burying them here. I works human. Now work to help protect my friends. Want to help Homunculus too. Please, lend me your strength. Yep, pile driver. Down next. You have so many locations to look for now. There's a weird. Ugh. It's a weird thing that I've noticed with this game that 9 times out of 10, I really just want the homunculus to not have to leave their assigned work. Like, I feel like even though he's useful to us, Garm being a gravedigger for all these forgotten homunculi, like, it feels weird to force him to leave that position. But I suppose we do need the ability, and at least the vibe I'm getting is that they're here willingly. Like, either out of gratitude or to pay a debt, or for Nala's case because they need to they feel they need to find answers, and we're the easiest way to that. All right, turn to respite, and then we gotta see. Can't go any further up without a grapple. Ooh, there's one down there, and then that area should be completed. I'll just pets the hound. Ooh. Right. Precious memories must be treasured. Can't lose them. If I forget, remember again. Always be by your side. Just so sweet. We might not have the ability to hug them, but we at least get to talk things out. All right. This power, break damage, modify attacks, make it stronger. Okay. So the scythe comes out faster and bigger area. Well, we'll try the scythe out for a bit. I have a feeling that oh, wait, just noticed that in some places the utility ones show up even though they're not equipable. Shock status effect. Yeah, I mean, I may as well just clear the notification, because I don't think I'm ever gonna use that. I like the parry that I have, and it's pretty generous window, but I don't feel the need to equip some. Ooh, that is such a different pattern that is affecting my muscle memory. That is quick. Aha. And there's a weird thing with Souls games that if done well, there's not much difference between a weapon that does like 100 damage and 190, because it's like, all right, do we have a kill in 2 hits or a kill in 3 hits? Oh, it's still a kill in 2 hits. It's just that per hit the damage is a bit less, but the math works out the same. Although granted, that's usually on the player's side of the equation of whether or not. Wait, we can get down. There's a hole in the floor over by the town. Nothing there, nothing there. Holes in the floor. Any holes in the floor? Huh. Can't break that, although I might be able to, but I don't want to go down there because Crimson Forest fucking sucks. Oh. Oh, looks like there's something back in Crimson Forest that we'll get to eventually. Is that really the only one? Is that really the only ground pound? Huh. Site mine, subterranean testing site. Yeah. Oh, I guess we found the new area. And first things first, to see if we have the ability to get any more slots. Yes. Right. Maybe the homunculus isn't nuts after all. Doesn't make him less scary though. Definitely against Yolvin. Who admittingly is intense. Yes. I love the townspeople commenting on us and what we're doing. Stay back. Come any closer. Well, sorry for crashing down right on your head, dude. Hard to believe such a place as this exists beneath Old City Market. Oh, those things. I remember those mines from the last game. God, those are a pain. We drowned, and a tuner came to my aid. All of us were cast aside. She understood how I felt. Interesting. I feel like I feel like there's two different types of homunculi. Like there's the ones that are full of meat, like this one that I'm attacking right now, and then there's the roboskeleton types. And I feel like the roboskeletons kept their sanity longer. Corroded warning side. Do not dispose of homunculi in the water way. Homunculi of dubious nature have been sighted. Turning back is recommended. Well, you see, we don't have much of an option. Because, unfortunately, the only way to go is down the drain. Oh, wait, I can climb up here. Never mind. We'll be going down the drain. You haven't been abandoned for long, but one day, be just like us. Eee. Ooh. New crafting. Alright. So we need the ability to swim. Oh! Alright. So everything but Nola can be used in... can be used in the water. Which is a bit of an issue. Because Nola's the most consistent damage we've got. And I do not know what we might have missed on the way down. But that is a problem for later. Okay. Okay. That hurts. Ooh, dagger bangle. More attack, defense, less. It's like dagger bang, leg enhancement gear. Slight. Oh, increased move speed and jump height. Small arcane instrument that can be attached to one's shoes or even their feet with magic. That's really fun. Ward propagator speeds up for cover. Man, now I'm wishing that I didn't that I didn't spend all my money immediately on another relic slot, which I've forgotten to fill again. Well, I'd give it like 5-10 minutes. 10 minutes, we'll get stuff. Ow. I said we'll get stuff, not that we'll get stuffed, but it seems to be doing more or less the same, and ow! God, I hate those mines. And I know what their game is, right? Because you can't go through a game like this without a little bit of suffering without the ability. Like that's just what the vibe is, you know? That they're good against giving the double jump early. Because a game without a double jump, or a whatever you want to call it, Metroidvania, that's a word. Dang it. Metroidvania without a double jump is just an exercise in abject misery and is no fun for no one involved except for, assumingly, oh, that's funny. Instead of a rat's nest, there's a little fabricator for it. All right, let's mess around with our relics. As we can get 2 more. Increase intensity of status effect inflicted. I don't use status effects. 3 per defeat's not bad. 15 when full. Damage by flat 10, also pretty good. That's what we have. That's what we got room for. But there always has to be one section where you are just suffering without the ability, where you know what you need and you just can't have it. Why? I assume it's because the devs think it's funny. Granted, they are correct. It is funny. It's at the very least minorly humorous. Huh? Wait a second. So we can get some... That is 100% not what they want you to do for it, for any of this in here, but you can get some depths, it seems, by pile driving down. I love that for us. Might at least be useful for... probably attack those, but I think it's easier to just... It's just easier to dodge away from them. There's probably going to be a point or two where that's nice and needed. Ow! I'm trying to get to the rat generator because if you don't, it's just going to continuously generate rats, no matter how many you beat, but I guess it's just not the vibe. I'm also tempted to swap up Yolvin's equipment, because I do love the guns, but I can't help but think... Oh. I can't help but think it might be more useful for him to have a better attack. Oh. All right. Oh, I can still move. I can still move and do other attacks. At the very least, it's a little bit more useful for breaking things. Not quite. Lacerate might have been better. At the very least, this might help with the rats. Help with that rat problem by just having something down below. Although there's not a good... It's not a good substitute for just being better about not being hit. Nothing to say other than I should really be more careful. God. I don't know what it is, but it seems like every game I've been playing so far has a massive lean towards hardcore. I mean, maybe what I gotta do is just admit that I enjoy pain. Wait. Can I parry AoEs? That'd be hilarious if true. Although I'm not entirely surprised by that, because, like, this game gonna bounce. Yeah, no problem at all. Thanks for coming by, and I appreciate you seeing you, and good luck. Get some rest. Like, it sounds like it's been a day, so go do that. That is 100% the vibe and more important. But see you around, Mecha. All right. I think the drill's nice. I think that's my thing. That's my opinion of the drill. It's nice. Oh. Oh, I didn't notice this before. We got currents. Yeah, get good rest. And see you around. Hey, Sickly, thanks for the check-in. How you doing? Come on, wait. We are making some progress. Ooh, materials. That is very nice. What you smelling? What? Actually, Do snakes even have a sense of smell? I thought the whole thing with like the tongue flicking out in and out was like that was the closest they got to it. Interesting. We got drain there? No, that's just a hole. We're trying to find creative ways to flush ourselves. Wait. Oh! That makes that entire intro make a lot more sense. It's just wherever you want to formalize making that noise. It might not be a bad idea for me to use the rat generators as a source of health. And why is this here? There, I can climb up here. Taste and smell of both chemoreceptions. Just right. That I knew. In hindsight, I knew that because there's a whole. If you don't want to, there's a whole. If you can't smell, then your sense of taste also gets affected. And how smell is like just latching onto particles in the air. Bodies are weird. I'm amazed people can actually use them. Every time I try to make a body that has meat in it, it just ends up freaking out and so many sensory paths and the whole thing. That's why all my bodies are unfeeling homunculi. It's funnier that way. Wait. Okay, the last hit's less per, but it's more, but it's 2 in Rap's suggestion. Imagine having a functioning body, right? Wild. Do not believe that those exist. Right, instead of throwing my corpse at this over and over again. So if I go up, I can flush myself there. Flush myself there. Can't flush myself there, but then I can get into there better. I might try going down the left. Oh, wait, we got dagger bangle, bone bangle, or more speed and more jump as always. Do you think the brain is crazy impressive though? Despite, yeah, the brain is wild. Like that is the best approximation we have for a brain for technology is still so crazily incapable, I think it's the best way to say it, of approximating a brain that an advanced CPU with still, I think, less individual transistors and is still useless without good enough software, and it's to the point of near impossibility or extreme improbability. I'd say definitely impossible without some massive advance in technology for an AI that can approximate human. Ooh, didn't even see that was there. Like human ability to exist in a way that's as efficient as a human brain. Like in terms of efficiency, I don't think anything non-fleshy can approximate it. Which is absolutely wild. If anything, it's weirder that it does that there's a state where it can work without some sort of as trying to run through that. Like without any sort of issues. So like just from a couple aspects alone, the ability to learn, improve pattern recognition, even from a standpoint of languages, it is just the brain assigning certain sounds to certain objects and having those to a point of such of being just known to the point where you can just make new words. They don't even have to refer to anything. It just can exist. Or like neuroplasticity. Has anyone ever seen like I don't know if it's a thing anymore, but there was this whole thing where people would put magnets in their fingers, and they did it explicitly because in the middle, in like the ring finger, because it's either middle or ring, because if something went wrong with the surgery and you had to get it amputated, that was the least valuable finger by any metric. But even then, with injecting a magnet in one finger, people were able to rewire their brain to the point that they essentially got a new sense of whenever something about this place feels soothing. Huh. Personally, I would rather not linger. All right, so and here I thought you liked being underground. I love that the party members talk to each other. Full send it. Run. Nope, bad idea. I should have full sent it less. But yeah, people were able to, just through the brain working on itself, it got to a point where they were able to recognize the magnet buzzing and reacting to electric signals around them as something aside. There's something going on in my finger meat. Banter for Kingdom Gum Deliverance has me wheezing today. Yeah, that one, I remember you being impressed by that. All right, 10:45. So less heal potency, but much higher defense. Defense up by 10, defense up by 20, heal potency minus 20, potency minus 35. It's a British slang, and the fact the older lady said clout in a hey, clout is a legit term. Like, that is a legit... it reminds me that there's an issue with writing that's called the Tiffany problem. That whenever writers sometimes writers can't use historically accurate terms and names, because Tiffany is a medieval name. It's short for like Tiffany something. It's short for something long that if you take one look at it, you're like, that's a damn fantasy name. But because it's still in use and extant today, it's something that people associate with like modern and regular life, and take one look at that and like, that does not fit into a fantasy anything. All right. I'm gonna swap it for this because I lose. Yeah, I lose the least, and I want more defense. Remove that, and that, and add that. And may as well. Ooh. Wait. I'll take that. I'll take this thing throwing bombs. Says me like clout, not the clout drawn between villages. Like, oh yeah, and it's still funny when it happens because, like, wait, that's something that the historians working on this game looked over and like, No, it's legit. Well, good use of words. Because you don't think about it. Yep, sorry for pile driving. I'm not sorry for pile driving. You probably had it coming for something. Why did I do that? Why did I think just full sending like that is a good idea? Has full sending ever been a good idea here? I'm sure it's worked once or twice, but on the whole, I don't think I should be full or sending. Right, gimme. Yeah. From what I've heard and seen of Kingdom Come, it is a very funny game. I think they've gotten a good mix of letting everyone involved be just a little bit of a sarcastic jerk. I think that works well because one of the many unintended side effects of the Elder Scrolls, Skyrim, Oblivion, whatever you want to use as a base point open world style of game is there's a type of player who, if given half the chance, will, without fail or question, try to kill everything in sight and be an absolute menace. And I feel like in one sense, they're enabling this behavior because they're right. It is hilarious. That is a really fun way to just play a game. And there's probably a little bit of catharsis of if you're being strictly historically accurate to medieval times, that how much the characters can get away with. Even if it's not fully historical, it's 100% a case of the player character trying to be a little bit of a stand-in for a modern audience in a societal setup that they do not understand, and getting a little bit of a reprieve from everyone being a bit of an asshole or stuffy or uptight or just annoying to deal with, even if they are justified. They can just be a jerk. They can be a little bit of an asshole, and it's fun. Because, not gonna lie, I am half tempted to get that game, even with the noted amount of burnout I have for that genre. Can't go down there. Of open world humans toiling till cores break. For humans toil until cores break for everything they do. So I've said that I don't really go looking for that sort of game. Okay, we're just gonna run and hope. Nope, nothing that way. Why do I feel underleveled for this area? Or maybe it's just meant to hurt me. They've made this area for a specific type of person to hurt them. Ow. But it just seems fun to be an absolute menace in. And the combat being on the harder core side of things. I don't know. At least half of it is just they have good writers on board. Well, I didn't even know I was that low. God damn. Alright, let me check the map to see if there might be something I'm missing. Because that's all water down there. I can't get to even with a lot of this stuff going back and trying to check. Can't get to with it anyway. There's just nothing. There might be some relics I mean, there's definitely stuff here and up here and all that. I'm just not sure if any of it's revolutionary enough to go digging for. Eh. I think at least part of it is I'm not. It's not that I'm not dealing enough damage. It's that I'm not being patient to wait for openings and the proper spacing that's needed to actually deal with these obstacles. And the other thing is that I'm definitely going too... I think I'm going too fast through this all. Ah, okay, that one was dirty. That one was clear. So there's nothing to be gained from going down that way. Try to keep going in this direction. Yeah, the best thing to do is just go be patient. And dodge through these mines. I say as I don't do that and just full send it. Maybe I can parry them. Like the rats when they tackle me, that might be a better way forward. Than just trying to face tank them. They do just enough damage that they're an absolute menace. Alright. That worked a lot better. Need more height. Yeah. Ah, we're being sent. We have been flushed. Ooh. What we got here? Hopefully more health. Eye of the Beast. Creates materials obtained by break. Ooh. An instrument created by House Frost in ancient times. The eye sealed within is said to have extracted from a beast dwelling in the Crimson Forest and reacts to magic. Ordinarily conceived as part of research effort, it's deemed unethical by the Sorcerer's Village and subsequently disposed of. Understandable. Thing's gross. Oh. Interesting. The down smash has the exact same property as a dash where it breaks parts off of the enemies. Right. Looks like the area ability might be the grapple based off of what I'm seeing on the map design. Just not that there's grapple points in special places, but that there's grapple points between place and place. And a tuner. Appears we were too late. What is this? Line note. To whoever has the misfortune of coming across this letter, do me the honor in seeing it to that my arcane instrument is left in good hands. Someone who has spent much of her life running away. Things down here were pretty good. A cruel finale to death, but my belongings will serve as proof that I lived. This will prove most useful. Should be grateful. Last wish. We should honor it. For the sake of those that remain. Oh. Let's go. Dive. Arcane instrument. Achievement I got is scuba gear. Direction. Tax healings. Well, oh yeah, we got the bubble thing. We can flush ourselves. Snooze those ads. Wait, is there? No, that's just the Eye of the Beast. Oh. I forgot that this might be a big reason. Yeah, absolutely awful lag. Disable unable to heal and recover HP. Instant death. Disable tells. Oh, you can get so mean on that. Ooh. Oh, hey, the bread person. How's it going? A lot of other homunculi kids at the subterranean testing site too. All had the same hair and looked alike. Tell them as brothers. You were there too. Spent a lot of time together. You don't remember, do you? I'm sorry. Wait, no, never mind. All the same, thank you for sharing with me. There are multiple breads. Many breads. We come in packs. Don't worry about it. Or do. But also, I think just because of the time and getting a late start, I'm going to call it there and raid out. But yeah, even though it was a much later start, and that I did announce before that I wasn't going to stream and then changed my mind and did so anyway. It was fun. Thank you for coming by. Good time. And yeah, stream's definitely going to be going on Thursday. I'm going to make sure that happens. But yeah. Oh, hey, Tara. Right. Dang it. I keep on forgetting to update the shout out bot because that hasn't updated the name change. But welcome. I'm glad that you're able to get to be here, even if it's just for raiding out. I do appreciate it. Yeah. I'm going to be honest, I don't have much idea of what I was going to say or should say, so we're just going to raid Professor Fang. He's in BRB right now, but it's a pretty cool dude. He's playing Blasphemous 2. Another pretty same vibe to Ender Lilies of Souls-like, but Metroidvania, going full circle with that whole concept. And right now he's in BRB, so it's going to be funny. Throw a train at him if you can, or something. Yeah. See you Thursday.